What is this? Okay, here's the two halves for the eyepiece. So the eyepiece assembly, notice there's going to be a glare stop, an aperture mask that goes down in here in these narrow slots, and then these two bigger slots in here. This is going to be for the lenses for the eyepiece. So this is evidently a Plossl design. It's going to have two sets of two groups of lens elements. So there's going to be two groups, each of two lens elements that are going to drop in here, then along with the aperture mask for the eyepiece to create sharpness and contrast. Then the two halves go together, and evidently these rings are going to be to clamp on the sides to hold it together. So you look at one end, this is the end that's going to face the telescope objective, which is going to be out here. Here's another one. Okay, this might be for a Barlow. It's going to have one lens that sits in here, and it's probably going to be a convex lens. Actually not convex, but concave. It's going to fit inside. It's going to be a concave type of lens on one or both sides. So that'll fit in here. That'll be part of probably this, I'm guessing. This is one of those things, read the instructions, folks. We're just looking at the parts right now. This is probably an assembly ring to hold the main tube together, and that's where we're going right now. I want to take a look at the main telescope tube. There it is. Okay, here it is. Can you see that? It says Galileoscope. International Year of Astronomy 2009. So this kit has been around for a while. This has been around for a while, this kit. This is the mounting block here that's going to accept the little machine nut that we saw, and it'll fasten to a tripod on this surface. So here I'm looking at the inside. Again, there's a little bit of a shine to this, but it is a nice textured black all the way down. I like the texturing. Just a little concerned about that shine. We'll have to see. But there is the mounting section here. This is a good solid chunk of plastic. It's a little thin down here where the nut is. When these two pieces come together and they're attached, and you actually put it on a tripod, I would be careful not to over tighten the tripod screw up into here. I would not want to risk cracking this plastic right in here. This is a little bit thin, but it's got to be thin. Otherwise, the tripod screw won't go up into that hardware nut. But yeah, I'd be a little bit concerned about that cracking, so don't clamp down tight on this. But yeah, I'm looking at this texturing in here. It's actually pretty good. Notice this slot on this end. This is where the objective lens is going to sit. It's going to sit in here. The other half is going to come down onto this. This is a structural rib. So this ribbing here is actually for structure. That solidifies the plastic side. This is a flare stop. And I like where it's placed. Its placement gives me confidence that this objective is a pretty good lens. On some telescopes, it's kind of weird, but they'll put the flare stop way up front. And what they're doing when they do that, they put the flare stop up here. They're masking down this objective because whoever manufactures a scope like that, where they have a flare stop way in the front, they're like, the edges of this lens are not too well corrected, so we'll stop it down. What you get is a telescope then that's kind of dark when you're looking through it. This, they've got it in the right place. A good design would put the flare stop around here or here. But yeah, they've got it back here. So that tells me they're confident about their telescope lens design. Back here's where the draw tube is going to be. The draw tube is going to fit in here. And it's going to focus. You'll focus it by moving this draw tube in and out. This rib is a stop for the draw tube. So that's a focus stop. So you don't pull the tube out. You'll draw in and out to find focus with this guy. So in a normal scope, you probably notice then there's a rack gear here, and then there's a pinion, and you're turning a knob to draw this in and out. But here you're going to do it manually, which is, I assume, the way Galileo did with his scope. He just pulled it. It's focused. Okay, I can see Jupiter's moons. Draw it again. Oh, I can see the craters on the moon. Our moon. So that's nice. It's good stop. So mechanically, this is actually pretty well thought out. You have a rib up here for strength. You've got a flare stop back here, and about where I would expect it to be. All extra light bouncing around in here is prevented from getting to the eyepiece, so that you get a more contrasty view. And then you focus from here. You just grab it on this end and pull it back and forth to focus. It's a nice piece. Let's see. Let's pull this other half out and put it together. So the telescope will be like this when it's done. Yep, this will be roughly what the telescope will be like when it's done, with the draw tube back here. What are these? You got one here, and you have one here. Well, this is going to be how you'll sight the objects you're looking at. I could see this working good for the moon, because you're going to take this notch. There's that notch. You're going to sight along this notch, and you're going to aim through this notch. So you have a point here, a peak. Let's line this up so you can easily see. Yeah, you'll have a peak here, a notch here, and you'll line it up with the object you're looking for in the sky, and you'll be able to observe it through the eyepiece. Pretty nice. This is a good arrangement for looking at the moon. Jupiter is pretty bright. You'd be able to use it for lining up with Jupiter. You'd be able to use this to line up with Venus because it's pretty bright. That point here, this little pyramid peak, and this notch on this end, yep, you'd be able to use it for at least 3 objects in the sky. The moon, our moon, Jupiter, and Venus. Try to line up a star with this. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. That would be kind of hard. But this is just a basic scope. I think it's pretty nice. I'm looking forward to putting it together and trying it out. This will mount on a tripod plate here. Put it on your tripod and go out. Check it out. I think it would be pretty neat. The Galileoscope. Nice. We're going to examine this when it's put together, but this is actually a synopsis of the parts in this video. I think it's good. Look forward to using it. So here's the Galileoscope packaging. There it is. And the card says thank you. And I say thank you. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you the next time. Have a great day.